What's up PokéFans, my name is Maxi and welcome to another deck profile. We normally make videos only in German, but we want to try to reach more players all over the world and share our content with them. So today's deck is about the new Mew from X and Y-10 Fates Collide. I already mentioned in a previous video that it's a very good card and today we want to check this. You might have noticed that I have a new playmat, yeah, but it's from my girlfriend Nikki. She wanted to win this one at the German Nationals and participated at some side events to finally get it. There it is and it's absolutely awesome. I love the design with all the legendary Pokemon we will get in the mystery collection boxes celebrating the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. So maybe we want to use this playmat for our next upcoming videos because it's just awesome. Okay, let's jump right into the deck profile. We have a very special deck. We play 4 copies of the new Mew from Fates Collide with the ability Memories of Dawn. This Pokemon can use the attacks of any of your basic Pokemon in play. You still need the necessary energy to use the attack, so this is no problem. We have some cards to make this happen. We have an attack called Encounter. Search your deck for a Pokemon, reveal it and put it into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards, which might come in handy if you don't get the necessary Pokemon on your bench to copy the attacks with Memories of Dawn. It has just 50 HP, which is kinda low, but it has no retreat cost, which makes this card very flexible on the field. You can just retreat and use a different Pokemon to attack, and so you don't lose them. So we play 4 of them because they are our main attackers. The deck is called Mew Lock Deck because we want to lock the opponent out of the game. So we play 2 Jolteon EX, which is really strong because it has the ability to prevent damage from all basic Pokemon. So this is what Mew wants to copy all of the time. We have the attack Swift, which deals 30 damage, and this attack's damage isn't affected by weakness, resistance, or any other effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Flash Ray deals 70 damage for a lightning energy and a double colorless, and during your opponent's next turn prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from basic Pokemon. This is the way to go. Mew wants to get no damage at all, so he wants to use Flash Ray as often as possible, depending on which deck you're playing against. This is why we play another evolution, but this time from X and Y Fates Collide. It's the Glacian EX with the attack Crystal Ray. It deals 70 damage for a water and a double colorless energy, and during your opponent's next turn prevent all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from evolution Pokemon. So now with Jolteon and Glacian, you can copy both interesting attacks and cover the problem to get damaged by basic Pokemon or even by evolved Pokemon. So this is the idea behind this Mew Lock deck, so that we never get damaged, or we try to never get damaged. But if so, we have some other attacks we can use, like Second Bite. It deals 20 damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on the active Pokemon. On the opponent's active Pokemon. So this is a pretty cool combination so that we can try to use the attack as often as possible. Same goes for Seismitoad EX. This is a German card, so I just wanted to say Branavats EX, but we have the Vibrowummel, also known as the Quaking Punch, for a double colorless, deals 30 damage, and the opponent is not allowed to play item cards from his hand next turn. So this is an additional idea just to lock your opponent so that he cannot play any item cards. You slow him down and you just get some time to set up. Same goes for Jirachi. He has the attack Stardust, which deals 10 damage, and this card is special energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. If you do, prevent all effects of attacks, including damage done to this Pokemon during your opponent's next turn. Depending on the matchup, you might prefer to use Jirachi or his attack to just discard DCEs and so on, and you don't need to use Flash Ray or Crystal Ray to slow him down, because without energies he can't attack at all. So just to give it more of a variety of Pokemon, we have Regice. It has been a long time since we have seen a deck with Regice. It's normally played in Mega Manectric decks and Articuno and the new Water Toolbox deck, but it's still a very interesting card. We have the attack Ice Beam, which deals 30 damage, flip a coin if the opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed, and Resistance Blizzard deals 70 damage, and during your opponent's next turn prevent all damage, all effects of attacks including damage done to this Pokemon by Pokemon EX. So this is an additional idea just to lock your opponent, so just in case your opponent uses Hex Maniac, you have an additional non-EX attacker. Last but not least, we play 2 copies of Shame in EX with the ability set up when you play this card from your hand onto your bench. You may draw until you have 6 cards in your hand, which is really strong and gives you just a boost in consistency and it's additional draw power. So now we want to take a look at the energy efficiency of this deck, and so we need to play 4 copies of Dimension Valley. Each psychic Pokemon's attacks, both yours and your opponent's, cost 1 colorless energy less. And this is just awesome. Just imagine you have a Mew with a water and a lightning energy attached to it, then you can copy almost every attack of your Pokemon. You just need a second water energy for the grenade hammer, but you don't want to use it that often. Okay, next up we have the supporter lineup, which might be pretty standard. We play 4 copies of Professor Sycamore, it's just the best supporter in the game, and we play 2 copies of N. He's finally back in the game, so we play him, and we play 1 Lysander and we play 1 AZ. Maybe you need to get one of your Pokemon back to your hand, like a Shaman, or a Pokemon with high retreat costs like Seismitoad, Regice, or even Glacier. Next up we have some item cards we need to play, and just take a look at Mew's HP. It has just 50, and so we need to give it a boost, so we play 3 copies of the Fighting Fury Belt. The basic Pokemon this card is attached to increases its HP by 40 and deals 10 more damage. So this is okay, so we have a Mew with 90 HP which might survive a bit longer. And next up we play 2 Float Stones. We play Pokemon with retreat costs and with no retreat costs, but with Float Stone we want to get sure that each and every Pokemon on our side of the field has no retreat costs. There might be matchups where you need the Glacian or you just need the Seismitoad, but you never want them to be stuck in the active position. So Float Stone is a very good idea just to give them the free retreat. We play 4 copies of Ultra Ball, which is standard in each deck. We play 4 copies of Versus Seeker, no questions asked. We play 4 copies of Trainer's Mail just to get our item cards as soon as possible, like our Dimension Valley, the Fighting Fury Belt, or the special next item you need to play in this deck, 4 copies of Max Elixir. I like this card a lot because now you have the chance to give your Mew 2 basic energies in one single turn. So that means that you can use the attacks of Jolteon and Glacian as fast as possible. So you want to lock your opponent so that you don't get any damage at all, and this is the way to go. You play 4 copies of Max Elixir and you want to try to reach it using the Trainer's Mail, and then you have your Mew ready to go, or you can even prepare some other Pokemon. We play 1 copy of Escape Rope. Each player switches his or her active Pokemon with one of his or her bench Pokemon. This might come in handy when you're playing against a Mew lock deck as well, and you don't have one of your free retreaters in the active position. We play 1 copy of Super Rod just to shuffle 3 cards in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from your discard pile back into your deck. Sometimes one of your Jolteon or Glacian is prized, or you have even lost one of them during the game, so we need a chance to get them back into our deck and then get them back on the field, because these are the attacks we want to use with Mew as often as possible to lock the opponent. Next up, we need basic energy cards. Yeah, this is necessary to use the attacks of Jolteon and Glacian. We need lightning energies. We play 5 of them, which is enough in my opinion, because I often see myself in need to have more water energy. This is why we play 7 of them in my version. This is just personal preference, but you can play 6 lightning and 6 water as well. This is no big deal. Sometimes I feel like I need a second water energy just to give it to one of my water Pokemon like Regice, or even to my Seismitoad. And sometimes I want to use the attack Grenade Hammer with Mew, and so I need a second water energy card. This is why I play more water energy cards, just to have enough of them to use the important attacks. You can just prepare your Pokemon with a water energy, and if you need to, just attach a lightning energy to use the attacks of Jolteon, or even the attacks which require 2 energy cards in the end. So this is okay. I just maybe I will switch it back so that I play 6 and 6, but this is, like I said, personal preferences, and during the playtesting I realized that sometimes I need more water energy. So the idea is to be really fast with this deck, just attach as many energy cards as possible and use the attacks of Jolteon, Glacian, Seismitoad, Jirachi, Regice, even Shaman's attacks. You can use Sky Return just to save one of your Mews if it's damaged, and you can use all the attached cards during your next turn. So this is a really cool deck, I like it a lot. You have a really cute little Mew which can copy really powerful attacks. That's the deck in a nutshell. I hope you enjoyed it. If so, please leave a comment and share it with your friends. Be sure to leave a like, and if you're new to the channel, you can just click on the red button below and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content. Like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, we normally do videos in German because we are German players, but we want to reach more people all over the world, so stay tuned for deck profiles and interviews which will be available in English as well. So all the German guys, you will not lose our German content, but we want to reach more people, so this is why we decided to do videos in English as well. That's it from me for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more content like deck profiles and interviews. Now it's time to end this video with our sweet little Mew rushing in. This is Maxi signing out. See you, take care and have fun. Bye bye. Euch ist sicherlich direkt aufgefallen, dass ich kein Bild diesmal anhab. Das liegt daran, dass ich aufgrund meines gesundheitlichen Zustandes mir das alles ein bisschen einfacher machen möchte.